Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for a Thursday evening / getting close to Thursday night video, right here on Metal God 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and hit that subscribe button down below right now. As always, no big intros when we get serious, and that's that. Anyway, hope you have a great... It's Thursday evening, February the 27th, 2025. I hope you had a great day. A little on and off rain here in the northeast. A little bit warm-ish. Not that bad today. It was about 53 today. Tomorrow's going to be 50, and then 60 on Saturday, and then down the drain. As it always is, winter is still holding on here around my neck of the woods, but it'll be gone, and I hope it's going to be gone in, the next 2-3 weeks. I can't stand this fucking winter. Get it out of here. Give me spring. Give me some, 60, 70, maybe 80-degree weather. And then we'll worry about the summer. But, you gotta deal with it. But I hope you had a great day, and if not, too bad. Sorry, I apologize for that, but, hopefully you have a great weekend this weekend as we kick February out the door, and we invite in March, and we're close to daylight savings time next Sunday. So don't forget, Saturday night at 2 o'clock to change it to 3 o'clock. Because you wake up and it's, you wake up earlier than you really would. You wake up at 9, it's 10 o'clock. What do you mean it's 10 o'clock? But don't forget to do that, with your things that you have to manually do with your phones and your other things. They do it by themselves, which is great. But some of us still live in the 1970s and 80s. But I digress. We move on. All right. It is Thursday evening, February the 27th, 2025. Right here on the Metal God channel. Once again, I'm Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching. Now, over the last couple days, I've done 2 tribute videos and a special music-related video, because this is what my channel is all about. Tribute videos to the faithful departed in the TV realm, music, movies, sports, politics, whatever it may be. So, it's not... And I also do music-related videos, concert footage. I do random music topic related videos, unbaggings here and there. I got some more maybe hopefully coming up by the end of the year, but we'll see how that goes. And more music related videos coming your way as the year goes on. And we got that. But like I said, yesterday I did a special tribute video to Michelle Trachtenberg, who passed away yesterday. Still don't know the official cause of death yet, but she did have a liver transplant earlier last year, and there might be some complications from that. That's most likely how she died. Don't know yet though, but she died at the age of 39. And then I added in Al Trautwig, who's a big sportscaster here in New York City. Was on MSG for the Rangers and the Knicks pre, post, and halftime shows and stuff like that. So he passed away at 68 due to that deadly virus, cancer. So he died on Monday. Also, singer Roberta Flack, who sang "Killing Him Softly with His Song," which got redone by the Fugees, she passed away at 88. Due to complications from Lou Gehrig's disease, or otherwise known as ALS. So I did a triple tribute video. Say that 5 times fast. And so we got that. So check out my last video on that. I also did a video for Gran Hamada, a big-time Japanese wrestler who, if it wasn't for him, there'd be no junior heavyweight division in most promotions. Or light heavyweight, junior heavyweight, whatever you want to call it. So, I did that about a week or so ago. Yeah, pretty much almost 2 weeks ago. So, did that, and like I said, I did a music-related topic video about why I love heavy metal, so check that out too on my channel, and if you like it, good. Please, if you like it, subscribe to the channel. And that's that. But we got another tribute video to do today, and this one was pretty shocking. I woke up this morning checking my Facebook feed, and one of my good buddies had on his story feed, or basically Facebook looks like Instagram, which is retarded, but that's another story for another time. So anyway, he had on his feed a picture of Gene Hackman, who legendary actor, and it was a story that Gene Hackman passed away today. I'm like, wait, what? So, as always, you have to Google it and go on TMZ, because, you hate to go on the internet, and it's a hoax and everything, and then you look stupid, doing a tribute video, but in any case, it is confirmed that Gene Hackman and his wife and their pet dog passed away this morning in their house. That is crazy. Like not a triple homicide per se, a double homicide possibly. But at first we didn't know the cause of death. They were talking about it might be carbon monoxide poisoning. Maybe the carbon monoxide alarm wasn't reset. So at first we didn't know there was foul play. But now, as the hours are going by, various news sources are talking about new information that has come out, and I have some of that. So I'm taking this from NBC News, not Wikipedia, you morons. So don't take my info from Wikipedia. I actually get it from real news sources. But I digress. Anyway, so legendary actor Gene Hackman and his wife were found dead in their home in New Mexico. And they had been dead for quite a while, as I think one of the caretakers found them unresponsive. And they were found in separate rooms, which is kind of odd, but anyway. And the authorities in New Mexico said today that the deaths were suspicious. So like I said, at the time, in the morning, it was... They said there was no foul play as of yet, because you have to keep doing an investigation and searching the house and shit like that. So now it is ruled a suspicious death. So there could be some foul play from, don't know, maybe somebody broke into their house. I mean, the caregiver did find them dead in separate rooms, so I doubt it's the caregiver. But then again, you never know. But in any case, so yeah, Gene Hackman, legendary actor who was in Hoosiers, so many good movies back in the day. Him and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were found dead at their Santa Fe home. Actually, yesterday, we found out the news today, this morning actually. Also, alongside their dog. Investigation is still going on the way into the circumstances surrounding the death. Search warrant says the deaths are, quote, suspicious enough in nature to require a thorough search and investigation. So they're pretty much still at the house searching at what the hell happened. But, just sad to hear Gene Hackman, who wasn't a spring chicken, he was 95. Still, he looked from the pictures I looked at today, he looked pretty, you didn't notice he was 95, but... He's 95, and he looks in pretty decent shape. And his wife, Betsy Arakawa, is 65. And sadly, their pet dog passed away from... Could be foul play. I still think it's carbon monoxide poisoning. That's how I feel. Because if you hear somebody dying in their home, one of two things happened. Somebody broke in, there was a struggle, and somebody passed away. Whether it be security guards or the person in the house themselves trying to defend their house and everything. getting away or doing whatever they gotta do to protect themselves. And then their loved ones, and, sadly we have to hear about a pet passing away. But you never want to hear that, because, animals are great, but, we move on. Preliminary findings from the medical examiners found no signs of external trauma. That's coming from the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office. The cause of death has yet to be determined, but and I'm repeating myself here, so I apologize for repeating sometimes. But carbon monoxide and toxicology tests were requested for both Gene Hackman and his wife. The family released a brief statement Thursday morning saying he was loved and admired by millions around the world for his brilliant acting career, but to us he was also just dad and grandpa. We will miss him sorely and are devastated by the loss. Because you never want to hear, I just saw him yesterday, and the next day he's dead. I hate hearing about that shit. But, because it's like, damn, I just saw him yesterday, and, passed away. I had that happen in my life, too, and it hurt, too, 5 years ago, but that's another story for another time. Anyway, deputies were called at about 1:45 p.m. yesterday to an address on Old Sunset Trail in Hyde Park. County Sheriff spokesperson Denise Womack Avila said in a statement, 2 maintenance workers said they found the front door of the home ajar and the couple dead inside, according to the search warrant. It states that deputies, quote, did not observe any signs of forced entry into the home, so I guess that rules out burglary. Then again, you never know what might happen. But anyway, a man who identified himself as the subdivision's caretaker, I guess that there was a caretaker who found them, called 911 to report finding the bodies. He told the dispatcher he would meet first responders at the gate because he didn't have an address for the house. During the call, he told the dispatcher, I'm not inside the house, it's closed, it's locked, I can't go in, but I see them. She's laying down from the window. Damn. Couldn't answer any other questions, whether they were breathing or not, because he's not in the house, you can't tell. He said, dude, they're not moving, just send somebody out here really quick. So, we have that. And Betsy Arakawa's body was found on the floor of a bathroom. A space heater was near her head, and a bottle of prescription pills was located on the counter. So, the responding deputy believes the heater could have fallen in the event the female abruptly fell to the ground. Ow, that has to hurt if that happened. But, Anyway, the pills from the bottle were scattered on the countertop. It's the statement said. A German Shepherd was found about 10 feet from her in a closet in the bathroom. What was it doing in the closet? I don't know. Trying to get out? Who knows? Gene Hackman was found dead in a mudroom near the kitchen, according to the warrant, and it states that the deputy believes he may have suddenly fell. Both bodies showed obvious signs of death. Arakawa's body also showed signs of body decomposition. So her body was just like, bleh, after that. Decomposition means pretty much decaying, which, not good. 2 other dogs were found alive on the property. One was in the bathroom with Arakawa, and the other was outside the house. Let's see, anything else? Sheriff Adam Mendoza said there are no obvious signs right now of foul play, but they're not ruling it out. He said today, it's not normal to find 2 people deceased in the residence. That's concerning. And then there was also a dog that was in a kennel that was also found deceased. The fire department conducted testing, but, quote, did not locate signs of a carbon monoxide leak or poisoning. New Mexico Gas Company, which provides natural gas to the home, conducted tests on a gas line, and they said in a statement, in part in the warrant, I should say, as of now, there are no signs of evidence indicating there were any problems associated to the pipes, and the gas company said is assisting the sheriff's office in the investigation. And like I said, the bodies of Gene Hackman and his wife were not formally identified until 12:30 a.m. this morning, which is 2:30 in New Mexico, I should say, time, which is 2 hours ahead here in the East Coast. So 2:30 a.m. Eastern time, their bodies were found in their house, unresponsive and dead. But like I said, Gene Hackman had a lot of Oscar-nominated movies. He won. He's a two-time Oscar winner. For his roles in the 1974 thriller The Conversation, 1967's Bonnie and Clyde, and 1971 crime drama The French Connection, which earned him his first Academy Award. He would also win his second Oscar in 1993 for that great movie called The Unforgiven. No, not the Metallica song. I wonder if that was actually based on that, but actually I don't think it was. But I think it was based on something else. But in any case, yeah, he was very sick near the end of his life. 2012, he was airlifted to a hospital after he was hit by a car while riding a bike in the Florida Keys, but escaped with minor injuries. That sucks. Moving on. Over the course of his career, he earned 4 Golden Globes, 2 British Academy Film Awards, that's the BAFTAs, for you people in the UK, and 1 Screen Actors Guild Award. His last movie was 2004's Welcome to Mooseport, which wasn't that good. But anyway. But Hoosiers really was like the movie for him. He gave that big speech. I think it was at halftime. He's like, "We might be down and out, but I think we're winners." And that really rallied the team when they came back and won the game. It wasn't for that speech. It was Indiana, too. Go figure that one out. But anyway, he retired from on-screen acting in 2004. So, oh, man. Just a really shocking death in the world of TV and movies that, Gene Hackman passes away. And like I said, he was 95, but he still looked in pretty good health, I thought. From looking at the pictures earlier today, it seemed like he was still in good health. His wife, 65 years old, not a old woman, but 65, and they seemed in great health. They seemed, like nothing ever happened to them. And then you hear something like it's like both of them are dead, and then one of their dogs passes away. You think, what happened? Did somebody break in and kill them? Why would they want to kill them? I don't know. Maybe they wanted money, they wanted some memorabilia. I don't know. But then again, then you think about maybe it's carbon monoxide poisoning. Maybe the alarms didn't go off. Something had to happen in the house, I think. And even though the caretaker said that one of the doors was open, how did it open? Either he smashed it in, I don't know. I guess, I think later on tonight and this weekend we'll actually find more information regarding Gene Hackman's passing. They've been talking about it on and off on CNN and various TMZ and other programs on TV and on the internet. Just a real shock. And Gene Hackman is not one of my favorite actors, but I have seen some of his movies, like Hoosiers, Unforgiven, which I think is a great movie. His performance in Unforgiven is just amazing. If you haven't seen Unforgiven, you're missing out on that movie. But let me see if there's anything new. If anything did come out. Let's see here. Alright, let's go to the AP news. Usually that's kind of, sort of up to date. Let me just run down, see if anything new came out. Like I said, Betsy was found in a bathroom next to a space heater, so she could have fell, she could have fainted, and maybe hit her head on the space heater. Probably either knocked herself out or legit, goodbye. And she might have passed away from either she had a seizure. If you hit your head, you can get a lot of things. Concussion, blackout. It's just crazy. But then again, there might have been a struggle in the house. I don't know. Like I said, a maintenance worker reported that the home's front door was open when he arrived to the house to do some routine work Wednesday and called police. He saw both of the bodies and the dog pretty much dead. I do see on the on APnews.com that the caretaker and another worker told authorities that they rarely saw the homeowners and their last contact with them had been about 2 weeks ago. And Hackman appeared to have fallen. A deputy observed a cane was nearby. So maybe he was trying to get up and he fell. So they're still doing more investigations, so hopefully more will be coming out later today and this weekend, like I said. Francis Ford Coppola, Viola Davis, Clint Eastwood, Bill Murray, and others are paying tribute to Gene Hackman, whose career, like I said, spanned more than 40 years. He was Hickory Huskers coach Norman Dale in Hoosiers. And, like I said, they found a German Shepherd dead in the bathroom closet near his wife. 2 other dogs were found on the property, one inside and one outside. Doesn't appear to be carbon monoxide. They did some tests. But the search warrant affidavit suggests the police appear to have a working theory that some kind of gas poisoning happened, but that they don't know yet and not ruling anything out. That's coming from Loyola Marymount University law professor Laurie Levinson, who also said they don't have clear evidence that it's any type of homicide, but are asking for blunt instruments or other weapons that could be used. And it doesn't also look like some kind of planned double homicide or double suicide. So, don't know that. William & Mary Law School professor Jeffrey Bellin said the request for a search warrant was somewhat unusual because investigators who file one usually believe a specific crime was committed, but in this case, no alleged crime was mentioned, and police tend to overstate what they know. Ain't that true? But this is the opposite, who also is not tied to, Bellin is not tied to the investigation, but he said, it just struck me as very careful in a way that search warrant affidavits often are not. So, kind of like the cops are going there, like, searching, thinking it's a homicide or a suicide. It's kind of just weird. But, he also played one of his legendary, besides being in The Unforgiven and Hoosiers, we all know him as Lex Luthor in the Superman movies, the first 2, I believe. I don't think it was in 3. But I know he was in 1 and 2. He was in Hoosiers, The French Connection, 1972, The Unforgiven in 93, and that's that. Clint Eastwood said, there was no finer actor than Gene, because Clint Eastwood was also in Unforgiven. He also said, intense and instinctive, never a false note. He was also a dear friend whom I will miss very much. So, sucks that Clint Eastwood lost his good buddy, good friend, Gene Hackman. Let's see, anything else? Nothing really. They were just talking about the house. A 6-acre house built in 1997 had an estimated market value of a little over $4 million. Well, it looked like a pretty nice house. They also owned a more modest home next door to their large house. Gene Hackman also co-wrote 3 novels, starting with Wake of the Perdido Star. Not Perdido. With Daniel Lenahan in 1999. This is coming from Simon & Schuster. He then penned 2 by himself, concluding with Pursuit in 2003 about a female police officer on the trail of a predator. And the first couple of decades living in New Mexico, he was often seen around the historic state capitol, known as an artist enclave, tourism destination, and retreat for celebrities. That's Santa Fe. Served as a board member of the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum in the 90s. He was far less visible in the later years, though even the most mundane outings caught the attention of the press. There were some articles about him attending a show at a performing arts center in 2018. He was seen pumping gas at a gas station, doing yard work, getting a chicken sandwich at Wendy's 2 years ago. So he's still getting around for a guy that's 95. He's rarely seen in the Hollywood social circuit, retired from acting 20 years ago. Which was kind of rare in Hollywood, for Hollywood terms, that actually lasted, because, some people retire from Hollywood and they come back. Isn't like everything, as people retire, they come back, especially in the music realm and in wrestling? Well, I'm never going to retire, and then they come back for, like, reunion tours, Kiss, Motley Crue. Nobody ever truly retires. You think Ozzy's going to retire now? He tried in the 90s. But he had no more tours. One. Then he had a second one a few years ago. And now he's doing his final show in July. He's not even doing a full set with Sabbath. He's just doing maybe a couple of songs or two. Because he basically, he can't jump around like a madman that we all know and love. He's basically can't walk. So he's going to be in a chair, rocking out with Zach Wilde, Tony Iommi, Geezer, Bill Ward. They're going to probably do maybe Paranoid, or do probably Iron Man, one of those songs, maybe War Pigs, who knows. And then maybe there'll be some, I doubt he'll do any of his solo stuff. I would probably think that this whole Black Sabbath type, or Black Sabbath / Ozzy farewell gig, they're going to have different singers singing Ozzy songs, and, Zach's going to be on some songs, Billy Morrison's going to be on a couple songs, maybe J.D. Lee will show up, maybe Gus G, because they've all been playing with, they all played, I should say, with Ozzy, maybe, Joe Holmes might play, because he played on the Osmosis record and the tour. Even though Zach Wilde did play the solos on the CD, but Joe Holmes played on the tour. That was the last studio album Zach was on until he came back in the 2000s with Black Rain. And then he stepped away to do his Black Label Society stuff, and then Gus G came in for Scream, and then Zach came back for Ordinary Man, and I think the last actual studio album he had. But in any case, we move on with that. And then Zach wasn't really on Patient Number 9, which is really Ozzy's final album, because that was Billy Morrison was doing there was Billy Morrison and Andrew Watt, whatever his name is, that was doing the work for Ozzy's final studio album. But Ozzy was still doing helping out his good buddies on different songs, and we just saw his pretty much his final song, they're calling it Gods of Rock and Roll, with Billy Morrison and Steve Stevens, who we all know from Billy Idol, who has a new song out called Still Still Dancing. Great song, by the way. Great song, great, even better fucking video. And the guy's, on the ballot for the Hall of Fame. Please, he should get in. He should get in. Cyndi Lauper's on that ballot, but I'm not going to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame, because it sucks, and I don't want to talk about it. But in any case, so Gene Hackman, he was still around. He retired in 2004, 2005-ish. And then, like I said, people retire in the acting realm, and then, next thing you know, they're doing a cameo. Like, hey, I don't even retire, he just did a little bitty part, just a little cameo. And then next thing you know, he's doing like 5 more movies. And I know, Samuel L. Jackson, not Samuel L. Jackson, Morgan Freeman, was it Morgan Freeman or Denzel? I know Denzel has, I think, 2 more movies in him, and he's just gonna retire because he's like in his 70s, so, which is kind of odd. I thought he was like in his 60s at least, but he's 74, 75 years old. Great man he is. Great man. Actually, Betsy Arakawa is not 65. Updated information, she is 63 years old. There was also a correction to the earlier story, I should say, to show that Gene Hackman spoke to Empire Magazine in 2009 and not 2020. That's that. Alright, so, not a great day, not a great week, really, for people in the music realm. We lost Roberta Flack, a legendary singer. I think she's in the Hall of Fame. Respectfully so. If it wasn't for her song, the Fugees would have never had that hit. I guarantee that. They would, Lauryn Hill would have never sang that hell out of that song. It was so good. And the Fugees would have had a big hit. I mean, they still kind of had a hit with Ready or Not, and the refugee anthem. But really, the cover of Killing Him Softly with his song kind of just boosted the Fugees into the stratosphere, and then it kind of fell apart after that. They broke up, obviously. There was a mini reunion, and then that fell apart. I don't even know what Lauryn Hill's doing these days, or Wyclef and Praz. Don't even know. I wish they'd come back for, one more time, but that's not up to me, that's up to them, but like I said, without that song, the Fugees would be nothing. Even with, 3-4 hits. But that song really made it shone to superstardom, but I digress. So we lost Al Troutwig, legendary guy in New York. I mean, if you live in New York, you watch the Rangers and the Knicks. You would see Al Troutwig on the court. You would see him in the MSG studios for the post-game show, the halftime show, the intermission reports, stuff like that. Even on Sports Desk, which is still around. But yeah, Al Troutwig was always he was a stand-up guy. Always joked around with Clyde Frazier here and there. Mike Breen at times. But he was also on ABC Sports back in the day, early days. But I remember him from watching Ranger games and some Knick games back in the 90s and early, the later years. So, just a real gut, right in the gut here in New York City. And then hearing about Michelle Trachtenberg passing away yesterday at the age of 39. She was on Buffy. She played Buffy's sister Dawn in the later seasons. She also was in Harriet the Spy. She was in Eurotrip as, I believe, the sister or the cousin. That movie is weird. I felt that was I wouldn't say a sequel to Road Trip. Remember that one with Stifler and company? That was funny. That's a funny movie. Road Trip is funny. Eurotrip, not so much. But yeah. But Michelle also was on Gossip Girl. Yes, I did watch that, not religiously. I did watch a couple of seasons. But, it's a good show. Not my cup of tea, but still decent. But I digress on that. And that's that. And losing Gran Hamada, a great wrestler in Japan, because you know how I love Japanese wrestling. And then hearing today we lost Gene Hackman, a great actor, Lex Luthor and Superman. I mean, when I was a little bitty Hulkster dude, I remember seeing Superman 1 and 2 and seeing Gene Hackman playing Lex Luthor. I'm like, shit, this guy is mean. And then I saw Hoosiers in the 80s, great movie. And his part, like I said, his part where he gives the team that big, huge pep talk really catapulted that movie and pretty much made Gene Hackman a big star up until his next big movie, which was Unforgiven, where he played a cowboy, obviously. I think he played the sheriff in that movie. Or the deputy, something like that. Yeah, with Clint Eastwood and a bunch of other stars in that movie. But, man, Gene Hackman, passes away at the age of 95, along with his wife, Betsy, at 63, and, sadly, their pet dog. And right now, there is possibility of some foul play, but nothing regarding carbon monoxide as of right now. But as more and more comes out, we'll hopefully find out by the weekend, with more of the investigation, more of the search warrant stuff coming out. And we'll see what happens with that. But to Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy, and yes, their dog too, rest in peace to all you great people. And, I hate losing animals, but because they're people too. They're like the family, and you can have a pet dog or pet cat for like 10, 11, 15 years, and it's just like, it's like losing a member of the family. And I know that from experience, because I lost the wrestling cat in September of last year, so it's coming up on 1 year with the wrestling cat. That's gonna hurt, and I miss the cat every day. And my other dogs and cats I've had over my lifetime. But like I said, they're family too. They're people too. So because they care about you and shit. So to Gene Hackman and Betsy and their little puppy too, rest in peace. And I hope you are finding peace up there in heaven. Cheers. Damn. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Leave your comments down below. And that's it. Until next time, be well to yourself and each other. And take each day as it comes. Take one day at a time. Because we never know when our number will be called by the Lord Jesus Christ. So, live life to 90%. And the other 10%, I don't know. That's a DDP reference. But in any case. But be well, ladies and gentlemen. Stay true to yourself. God bless America. And God bless you all. Peace.